Good evening, everybody. It's Charlie, and welcome back to another video on the Chatting Leeds YouTube channel. Hope everyone's doing great today. As always, it's time for another instalment of Bitesize Leeds. All the latest goings on in the wonderful world of Leeds United Football Club. Just before we get into it in a little bit more detail, please make sure that you're smashing a like on the video if you're enjoying the content. Really helps get the video out there to more people. Please subscribe if you are brand new. We're on the road to 3K. If you wouldn't mind smashing that subscribe button, it is free and it'll really help me out. Hit the notification bell and, of course, get all of your thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below. Firstly, then, let's get into the main talking point. Obviously, I did react to it last night. Obviously, Spence has gone back to Tottenham, and it caused a lot of confusion amongst the fan base last night and, before Daniel Farke's press conference today. And we all knew that it was going to be Daniel Farke's first question that he was asked during today's press conference ahead of the Peterborough game in the FA Cup on Sunday. And it wasn't really the response that I was expecting. Don't get me wrong, I didn't expect him to completely throw Spence under the bus or anything, or start slagging him off or anything like that. But I expected a bit more of an explanation than what we got. But essentially what Daniel Farke said is that they assessed the first half of the season. Obviously, a lot of it he was injured for. Let's not forget, he was injured for about 8 or 9 weeks. I think he made an appearance against Sheffield Wednesday off the bench, and then we didn't see him again. I can't even remember what game it was where he first came back, actually. But either way, he hasn't obviously had a lot of football. He's featured 7 times for Leeds United and made 5 starts in those appearances as well. For me, we didn't get to see the best of him. I feel Spence would have been a great option to keep at Leeds United for the remainder of the season. But essentially, Farke said that they had a look at it. They assessed his time at Leeds in the first half of the season and, over the Christmas period. And they felt that it was best for him and for the club for him to go back to Tottenham. Look, for me, there's more that's definitely gone on behind the scenes. It's definitely more than that. Obviously, according to LUFC Fan Zone, apparently Spence, after the game against Birmingham on Monday, was questioning Daniel Farke, asking him why he isn't getting minutes and why a 17-year-old central midfielder in Archie Gray is playing ahead of him in his preferred position, right back. And apparently, Daniel Farke was the one that requested he go back to Tottenham. And I'm not saying this happened, but I'm just throwing it out there. Could it be the case that Spence has gone up to Daniel Farke, questioned him about the lack of minutes, and he said, well, I might as well go back to Tottenham if I'm not getting any minutes? And Daniel Farke said, well, yeah, okay then. Because from Farke's point of view, he won't want a player at the club that's not 100% committed to the cause. And also, as much as I was looking forward to Spence and I was really excited by him, he's been okay in the games that he's played. He's been good, but he hasn't been nowhere near as good as I thought he would be. But a lot of that is probably down to the injury that he had. And, he's trying to get back to 100% match fitness, which I do understand as well. There's a lot of different angles that you can look at this, really. But ultimately, Farke and the club decided that it was best to send him back. And yeah, look, I am still a bit gutted about it. Like I said, guys, when we signed Spence, I was over the moon. I was buzzing. I was really excited to see how he would work with Leeds on that right-hand side with a Nonto or a Dan James, a Somerville, whoever it is on that right-hand side. But the majority of the games that he played for Leeds was at left-back as well, so he was being played out of position, which probably frustrated him a lot as well. People said that he didn't look arsed and that he was lazy. I don't think it was that, but he did have kind of a weird body language when he was out on the pitch. I can't put my finger on it. I'm not saying he was lazy or anything like that, but his body language at times didn't look like he was 100% happy, especially when he was playing at left back. So So yeah, like I said, guys, there's a lot of different angles and a different lot of factors that have gone into this, but ultimately Spence is no longer at Leeds, and Spurs have actually put him straight up for a permanent transfer this window, which tells you everything that you need to know. Is it an attitude problem? Who knows? But speaking of right backs, obviously now Jed Spence has left the club. It opens up a slot at right back, doesn't it? And Leeds United have been linked with Connor Roberts, Welsh international, Burnley, right back. Very experienced in the Premier League and in the Championship with Burnley. A decent player, to be fair. To be fair to him, and it would be a decent acquisition. However, it does just feel like a bit of a downgrade from Jed Spence. Although I do still think Connor Roberts will probably be a good signing for us. Apparently, it would be a loan deal until the end of the season. Not sure if there'd be an obligation to buy in there or not. And according to the same report, if Leeds United get Connor Roberts over the line on loan, then it would open the door for Luke Ayling to leave the club and join Middlesbrough. Obviously, I brought that story on another episode the other day that Middlesbrough are interested in Luke Ayling. So surely if we get Connor Roberts from Burnley, then that will mean that Luke Ayling will leave the club. I saw somebody tweet out earlier saying that they've got a feeling that the Peterborough game on Sunday could be a farewell for Luke Ayling. I'm not 100% sure that would be the case, but it wouldn't surprise me. I do feel, though, that the best time for Luke Ayling to leave would be after a home game, so that he could be with the Ellen Road fans one last time. I feel like if he was to leave after the Peterborough game without the fans at Ellen Road getting to give him the best possible send off that he could have, then I think that would be a little bit frustrating and annoying and sad, really. But we'll see what happens with that. But yeah, Connor Roberts, I think, would be a very decent acquisition at this level. Not sure if I'd want to sign him permanently if we get promoted, but like I said, he has experience. He's Welsh international. He's played in the Championship, sorry, and in the Premier League for a while now. So I'm not saying it'd be a bad signing. It just doesn't feel like it would be as good as what Jed Spence could have given us if it had been 100% match fit. But that's just a what if now, isn't it? So that brings us to a close for this evening's installment of Bitesize Leeds. Really hope that you've all enjoyed it. I will be back on the channel tomorrow at around midday at about 12:30 with my Peterborough preview. So make sure that you tune in for that. On your way out of this one, though, make sure you're smashing a like on the video. Please subscribe if you are brand new. Hit the notification bell and, of course, get your thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below. Enjoy the rest of your evening, and I will see you in a bit. Cheers.